the National Bureau of Statistics reported that China's Consumer Price Index, a key indicator of inflation, rose by 0.2% year-on-year in November as consumer inflation hit a 5-month low. In urban areas, the Consumer Price Index increased by 0.1%. In rural areas, it was up by 0.2%, while food prices saw a rise of 1%. On a monthly basis, consumer goods prices were stable as service prices edged up by 0.4% from January to November. The National Consumer Price Index showed an average increase of 0.3% compared to the same period in the previous year. According to the People's Bank of China, China's central bank resumed gold purchases in November after a 6-month hiatus. The bank was the world's largest official gold buyer in 2023. Gold holdings increased to 72.96 million ounces by the end of November, up from 72.8 million the previous month. However, the value of China's gold reserves dropped to $193.43 billion from $199.06 billion in October. Moreover, Premier Li Qiang outlined China's focus on boosting domestic demand, deepening reforms and expanding opening up to foster sustainable economic growth. In meetings with leaders of the new development bank, the World Bank, WTO and the IMF, Li emphasized the need for global cooperation to drive economic recovery and growth. He reaffirmed China's support for the expansion of the new development bank, the WTO's reforms, and strengthen partnerships with the IMF and the World Bank. International leaders praised China's role in promoting multilateralism, global economic stability and development, particularly in the Global South. China plans to adopt an appropriately loose monetary policy in 2024, marking its first easing in 14 years, along with a more proactive fiscal policy to stimulate economic growth. The government aims to implement unconventional counter-cyclical measures, focusing on expanding domestic demand and boosting consumption. These policy shifts were outlined by the Politburo ahead of the upcoming Central Economic Work Conference, which will set key targets for 2024. For 2025, China will prioritize stability while pursuing progress.